this was Tuesday, back on this job with the coving and the skimming. So today I want to get this ceiling re-skimmed because it's been done previous. I don't know who done it, it wasn't a plasterer. So everything's sheeted up there. Put everything down just to protect this, all down the sides of the stairs as well. Just didn't want to take no chances on this job. So that's that. Also got this little ceiling in the boiler cupboard to do. I'm just going to overboard that. Get it overboarded and skimmed. Boxy little job. There you go. Upside down board, of course. I'd never got it right first time. This was this bit. If you watched the previous videos, there was this gap above the door frame, which is a bit higher than the ceiling. So I was going to put a little bit of Scotia bead on that. And that's what I've done. That's tied it up nicely. I use Scotia because it sort of looks a bit like a mini coving, really. It just keeps it in keeping with the rest of it. So that's that little problem sorted out. And then the other two rooms are drying off okay now. All carpets hoovered up, swept up. You'd never know I've been. So that's drying up. I think they're going to paint it this week. And then that's the hallway all tidied up. And that ceiling all skimmed up. Got two more bedrooms there yet, but I've got to let them swap stuff around from room to room. So I'm going to leave them for a while. And that's that little boiler ceiling all done. Got loads of bumblebees. This is my olive tree in my garden. And we've got loads of these little bits of blossom, these little flowers coming on it. And bumblebees are everywhere. I've never seen it like that before. We've lived here for 5 years now? And I've never seen this sort of blossom appear on this olive tree. But the humming of bumblebees is great. And obviously we're doing our bit for the environment, letting these little beasts pollinate everything. They leave me alone, I leave them alone. Back to Wednesday, so this was today. Tool station, picked some bits up, bit of diesel, and now we're on the job. And this job is, right, we've got 2 walls to paint and 2 walls to paper. So that wall and the opposite wall are going to be painted. And then the window wall and the wall with a chimney breast on it are going to be papered. We're going to be using this lick paint. It's like a pink they want. So yeah, that wallpaper, and the paper we're going to be using is this stripy Calf Kitson stuff. And it's a pastel wall, which is good. Should look a bit sort of funky, that room, when it's done. I don't know what the aim is. They're quite a quirky couple to live here, actually. Really nice couple. I've done quite a bit of work for them over the years. And they've just got little different ideas, you know. And it's always nice working for them because their ideas are not usually the norm. It just always gives you a little bit of a challenge. And the ceilings, the coving and the skirting are all going in the same colour as the wall. So happy days there. So a bit of skirting come off. What they've had this floor laid, and I think the floor layer took the skirtings off and put them back on, but I mean he's left some gaps there. Mind the gap or what? So I just wanted to knock out all the old crappy bits of filler there, you know, because it can become loose. So just knock all the worst of it off. Nice old bit of filler here, look at that. What a beauty. We'll get this sorted out a bit better. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of foam just to take depth out of the skirting, really. So I just fill that in. Try and get it down the back rather than it just sitting on the top. Try and sort of let it move down the back of the skirting a little bit, and then when you cut it off you've got something holding the filler on them. So that's all I'm using this foam for, is not to actually fill the skirting, it's just really so when I cut it back there's a place for the filler to sit and not just fall down the back. So a quick little bodge here. I was going to do it with a bit of wood, but I just, you know, Who's going to see this really? A little bit of plasterboard. That's it, in it goes. Bob's your uncle. Fanny's your aunt. And as my old boss always used to say, if your auntie had bollocks, she'd be your uncle. To get some colour on. What I've had to do is the eggshell that they bought for the skirting boards, I've had to use that on the ceiling because I only bought 2.5 litres of each, and there wasn't enough of the wall paint to do the ceiling as well. So doing the ceiling and the coving in the eggshell, which is a wall and ceiling paint as well, so it's not a problem. And then the walls will be just a flat mat, and obviously skirtings will be an eggshell, so it'll be quite a nice little sort of bookend to the walls really. Let's turn you around and show you. So the ceiling's just had a second coat of the eggshell and it's gone really nice. It's nice to lick paint. I don't know if any of you have used it. It's really nice. It just goes on well. It's very good quality. I'm not sure, it's probably sort of Farrow ball prices I would imagine, but it is a really nice paint. So the walls have had 2 coats of the mat. They've all been filled and rubbed down, whatever. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be at this job. I originally thought I might squeeze this in 2 days. I haven't given a price yet. It's just, you know, one of them just day work. But just for the amount of work I've got, I would like to have got it done in 2 days. But it could go on to a third. We'll see. We'll see how we get on. Because there's quite a bit of filling and stuff on this skirting. This is what's going to slow me down, all this drying time with the filler. So what I want to do now is pull this couch into the middle now the ceiling's done. And then get a coat on the skirtings of the eggshell, get them all rubbed down, get a coat on the skirtings, and then get all the filling done. And I suppose I've just got to leave it then overnight then, and come back tomorrow. So I've got wallpaper in tomorrow, so That shouldn't take long, that wall. There's no reveals to go around. And then this chimney breast. So I could get it done in 2 days. Just depends how things dry. Anyway, let's get on. I put this wallpaper up a couple of years ago. It looks like paint, but it's not. It was all worked out to be one sort of big mural thing. And it came in numbers and drops and things like that. So yeah, different, wasn't it? I quite enjoyed that job. So from a distance, it just looks like it's sort of paint and sort of water stains and things. But yeah, it was nice. What else did I do out here? Kay rendered them little walls there. You see them little sort of tiny white walls. Did them. Done quite a bit in here over the years. Painted all this kitchen and stuff. Long before YouTube started. And also on this cooker hood, there was like a glass, you know, like the glass surround. And they didn't want it anymore. And it wouldn't come off for love nor money. It was a real bugger. So I thought I'd try and use an angle grinder on it. As soon as I touched the corner of the glass with the angle grinder, it just exploded into like a million bits, which I think it's meant to do. And then over in this corner we've got Max. Yes. There you are, got you, haven't I? Hey. Little monkey. So there we are, that's the end of day one in here, and the eggshell looks right on the ceiling, I think. Looks pretty good, bounces the lights off it. All the tops of the skirtings have been filled, heavily filled as well, because they were deep. So that should hopefully dry off overnight. That there, I've got to come up with something to fill in that gap there, something a bit more tidy. I don't know what to do. I'm not sure. It's all over the place in there, but anyway, that's not a priority. Obviously this filler will all dry for tomorrow, and then I can start papering. I'll probably get that wall papered first, get that done first, the easy wall. Then I can push all this back and then jump on this wall. A little bit more fiddly, especially with the stripes, turning these corners with stripes. We'll see what happens there.
Did you find what you wanted? Keep your hands just where they are. One move, and I'll blow your brains out.
Without that, Brexit might never have happened. I think has performed well here in the past.
Okay, now just about to tackle this wall, and the way I'm going to set it out is, because we've got stripes on this paper, the last thing we want is the stripes not being bang on the face of the breast. If we turn the corner a bit and they are slightly off, it's not going to matter too much because we can lose that into the corner and then come straight on this bit again. So start on the face of the breast first and we can make sure that's proper. So what I've done is I've marked it out, so centre line down the breast, which is there if you can see, and then we've got 5/20 of each roll. So the first roll will come off the centre line and land there, and then the next one will come round and turn to about here. What we don't want is to be turning about here, because you're never going to stick back a bit that short. It's got to bend round and give yourself a chance to get stuck. So just spend 5 minutes just working out the best route. Sometimes it's easier to come straight down with a full width, but I couldn't do that because the return would be too shallow on there. So we're coming down there and then working off. That way, when anyone's in the room looking at the chimney breast, that is going to be dead straight in them lines. And like I say, if it does turn this corner and it isn't bang on, it doesn't matter because we're going to lose it straight away there, and then we'll catch it back up on there. Oh dear, it's 4:30 on a boiling hot Friday afternoon. I still ain't finished, I've still got another little job to go and do. Not sponsored. If they want to sponsor me, please do. So I've got another little job to do. I think I've got some pointing under a doorstep. I'm not exactly sure what it is. But anyway, let's leave this job and drive to that job. It's only local, it's not far. Very local actually. Actually it's so local, I'm here. I'll see you in a minute. Well, lucky enough in the end I didn't need to do anything. They'd had a few wasps coming in underneath the patio doors, but they put some mastic in it, but they didn't think it had worked. But when I looked under it, it sealed it completely, so wasn't no need to do anything. So off I went home, and that's it really. So it's Friday afternoon, it's a beautiful weekend ahead of us, so have a good weekend everybody. I'm going to try and chill out a bit and enjoy it. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Lovely to have your company, and I shall see you next week no doubt. So have a good and all, and I'll see you soon.